Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'll be reading is poem 1788, and this is titled, You're Right, I Should Move On. Sometimes people say things and we could take it out of context, even if they meant well. Remember this, we do things at our own pace, especially when it comes to moving on from a broken past. Them saying it may seem not very supportive at the moment or understanding, but just take a moment to breathe and rationalize. It's their way of wanting you to be happy. Maybe the reason it hurt so much was because you know it's true somewhere. However, with time, this will happen. You're right. I should move on. I never thought out of all people you would say that. I thought you'd be more understanding, especially after everything I told you about the past. And perhaps I did take it differently than how it was spoken, like looking at a movie and pointing out that one flaw out of the so many good qualities about it. And maybe at that moment, I couldn't calm down. I couldn't relax. I couldn't rationalize because all I could hear coming out of your mouth in slow motion was, you should move on. I miss everything before those four words. It's like a city blackout in my mind. The electricity went out. It took every muscle out of me not to get physical. My entire body was in heat from all the anger inside of me. Perhaps you're right. After all, everything that lives in the house on top of the hill are demons, and every time I walk by it, I still feel the presence, the yelling and the screaming. Perhaps you're right. This entire time I thought I was running in the woods, trying to get away from there. But maybe all I'm doing is going in circles, round and round. Perhaps you're right. I need to leave resentment and anger in the past. It's the only way I'm going to forgive. Not for her, but yes, for me. I know this because it's just harder to do than say or even write. I never thought out of all people you would say that, the one person I love the most. And a part of me even feels like it was so unfair. That's why I reacted the way I did. Our upbringings were completely different. You didn't live through that. You didn't endure all that pain. You didn't have to worry about your father leaving you home in the middle of the night with a monster, afraid of what would happen. I thought you'd be more understanding, especially after the story I wrote out in detail. Now, all that are replaying in my mind are broken, violent memories of the past, rewinding and playing, rewinding and playing, rewinding and playing over and over. I know that unleashing my anger on you was not the way. And now that my mind is more relaxed and I'm silent in my room and I'm going back to what you said, it actually makes more sense. I wish you would move on. I see now you meant well and where your intentions were. Even so, forgiveness and mourning takes time. I really wish I could skip some parts, trust me. But it is what it is. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for loving me. And thanks for being patient. Perhaps you're right. After all, there's really nothing in that house. The one on top of the hill, the demons and ghosts, the yelling and the screaming was a part of a memory. And every time I walk by it now, I will see it as just any other house. Perhaps you're right. This entire time I was running in the woods trying to get away from all of that. All I was doing was making myself dizzy, going in circles round and round when all I needed to do was walk a different way. Perhaps you're right. I need to leave resentment and anger in the past. It's the only way I'm going to take the next step in my life, not for her, but for me. I know this, and I want to do it so I can finally be free. So yes, you are absolutely 100% right. I should move on. It's not for her, but for me. Don't worry. One day, I will.